Hello, everybody, and welcome to 2026. We made it. I had some doubts. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't 100% sure. I was, I kind of was hoping we'd all make it to 2026. That fingers crossed. We've all been doing really well. I'm sure. Hopefully, doing our best. And 12 o'clock last Thursday, when I was fast asleep because my bedtime is 7 p.m., the clock struck 12, and midnight happened, and it is now a new year. So I haven't talked to you all since last year. Haha. Such a funny joke. That one really never gets old when you think about it. I'm sure I said something to that effect. What, truck? What? That's my new thing. Anytime someone annoys me, I'm like, you think we all made it to 2026 for you to still be annoying? You think I crawled my way to 2026 to hear a truck honk obnoxiously at 7:36 a.m. on a Wednesday morning? But I guess that is the reality we face. Anyway, I hope you are all doing well. I hope that... What do I hope? I hope you did a better job at making your New Year's resolutions and completing your New Year's resolution from 2025 than I did. Because, last week it was kind of I could pretty much call it. Do you know an election where they're there's still hope, but you lost type thing? That was where I was at last week. And now I'm fully I know for a fact I did not complete my New Year's resolution. And I'm going to be honest, I don't feel as bad about it as I probably should. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to convert that New Year's resolution to 2026. For anyone that doesn't know, which is everybody, I guess, because again, no one asked for this podcast. So there's not that many people, on edge waiting to hear what I have to say. But my goal for 2026, I guess it wasn't really a resolution, more so than a goal, was to make a yogurt bowl completely from scratch, meaning make yogurt, make peanut butter, and make granola. I had 12 months to complete it. I came up with the brilliant idea in January, and I didn't do it. And that's okay, because there's always 2026. Now, if we darken the doors of 2027, and I still haven't made a from-scratch homemade yogurt bowl, that's when it's time to, really sit down and take stock of what's important, because I've clearly lost a little bit of touch. But for now, I'm not super worried about it. So I hope you all had a fun and safe New Year's Eve. I hope... What else? What else do I hope? I hope it stops raining. I was out yesterday trying to do errands, trying to reset for the new year. God forbid. And it was pouring rain. Pouring rain. I went to Costco, it was raining. I went to another store, it was raining. My Costco cadence makes no sense. I shop at Costco like the French shop at their local farmer's market. Apparently in France, maybe other parts of Europe, but specifically I've heard this about France, they don't have a ton of, or they don't need a ton of storage space in their kitchen or even big refrigerators, because apparently they just shop per meal. So it's oh, it's dinner, I'm gonna go around and pick up meat and bread. I think that's popular there, and cheese. And you just buy enough for your meal that day, which I guess makes sense because it means everything is fresh. So for some reason, I've adopted that theory, but I've done it in a horrible way because I shop at Costco. So I'm now going to Costco every other day. I couldn't do every day, but every other day to make sure I'm getting, the freshest of bulk items that are the same packages that were sitting on the shelf when I was there the 2 days prior, but I'm just, in fact, picking them up on that day. Also, I don't know if this is just a My Costco thing, but My Costco, that sounds like either a streaming service or their website, My Costco. But for some reason, I've noticed that every time I'm in there, at least like every other time, so this is like every other day, I've noticed that they're moving stuff around. Like, are they playing mind games with us? Because I swear to you, like, the discount holiday items will be in one place on Tuesday, and then I'll go again on Thursday, and it's like across the hall, down the right. And it's like, how am I supposed to find, the Grinch mug that I've been watching the price go down for 3 months, just waiting for it to be affordable? Also, there is nothing worse. Well, no, here's the thing. I was going to say there's nothing worse than buying something and then it goes on sale the next week. But I'm actually at Costco so much that I know, like, the patterns of what's going to be on sale. So when I was there on the weekend, I wanted to get a box of, like, granola bars or something. But I was like, no, these haven't been on sale in a couple weeks. So I'm sure next week they're going to be on sale. And let me tell you, they were on sale. I both love a sale, but will also spend $20 on a jar of peanut butter. So I guess you just have to, like, have your priorities. I don't know. Know thyself. Know what's important to you. I guess more so would be the message of the story. But yeah, I'm just sitting here. Oh, I have a fun update. I didn't get a new phone. I'm recording on a different phone, so if the quality sounds a few years worse than it did last episode, know that it's because I'm recording on a phone that's a lot older. I've ordered a new phone, and by ordered a new phone, I mean I ordered a phone used off of eBay that is actually like an older phone than not only the phone I just broke, but older than the phone I had before that. So I upgraded. So let's say I had one phone, right? Phone A. I upgraded to phone B. I've ordered phone C. Of those three phones, phone C is the oldest. So I don't know what that means, but I don't deserve a new phone. I don't deserve nice things. If you saw the state of my phone, it is cracked on both sides. I've never seen that before. I've seen cracked screens. I've seen, maybe you popped a home button. Oh, speaking of, I have a home button again. So exciting. But I've actually cracked, on my last phone that I had, I cracked the back part. To the point where it didn't just crack, it like flaked off. And you could see like the innards of the phone. So I just figured that was a safety hazard. So I went in that junk drawer that we all have and never clean out. That like doesn't open properly because there's like some crap in it that's like at a weird angle. When the drawer doesn't open? I took a peek in there, and the phone that was causing the drawer not to open is in functional enough condition that I can use it. So I am recording this on, I believe this is the iPhone 6. It is hot pink. So it is me and my pink iPhone against the world, and I'm not mad at that. There is nothing wrong with that. You know what there is something wrong with? I am drinking out of a to-go coffee cup. I was too lazy to make my own coffee, so I outsourced it this morning. I also did have a gift card, so it's like, might as well use it, Because here's the thing, if you don't use your gift cards, like, they win, But this is like the second coffee cup in a row where I've gotten like the normal version, the ordinary time version of the coffee cup and not the fancy holiday cup. And I'm sorry, I get the same thing every time. I get a black coffee. It doesn't taste the same. It doesn't taste the same without those bows on it, without it being like colorful. Like it's just not fair. And it got me thinking, what I said last week on the podcast was that until I hunkered down and watched Home Alone, then the holiday season would not technically end. And I realized that without realizing it, I ended the holiday season by watching Home Alone. And I'm ready to say something, speaking of Home Alone. The second one, I think I like better. I'm not going to make a grandiose statement of it is better. Because art is subjective, and that's what both of those movies are, is art. It's good. I actually don't think someone could look me in the face and say that Home Alone or Home Alone 2 is a bad movie. You can think it's like overplayed, you can think it's, too much, totally fine, but you cannot say it is a bad movie. You can say it's unrealistic, you can say that every character in there should have called social services, because how do you lose your kid not once but twice? I do believe there's other, Home Alone 3, Home Alone 4, Home Alone 5. I don't participate in those because it's a different kid. And not that I'm only loyal to the one kid. I'm sure the kids that took over were great. But I think it's a different character and stuff. So that's fine. And that doesn't even add to my argument of why social services should have been called. But if for 2 Christmases in a row, you forget your kid at home alone, once is an accident, twice you're starting to look suspicious. That's all I'm saying. You're starting to look suspicious. I know everyone loves a true crime documentary, and I think they should do a true crime documentary on Home Alone, which is fake, which I think is better because I think we need to bring back fake crime. I think there's too much true crime happening. Well, if we can take away crime in general, that'd be great. I don't think that that's happening. And no offense if you enjoy true crime. I actually do enjoy a true crime documentary. It's fascinating. But it's also is this healthy to be seeing all of this crime? It can definitely help you be prepared and think oh, in this situation I would do this, in that situation I would do that. But I don't know. I just don't know that we should all be falling asleep to someone recounting the worst thing that ever happened to them, It's just something to think about. I don't know. Anyway, what else did I get up to this week? The first week of 2026. Not much, to be honest. But we're back to routines. We're back to life. You know what? I actually, as much as it's sad that Christmas is over and the holidays are over, I don't mind, we're actually, now is the worst time because, we're starting to creep up on, it's starting to be more logical to have your Christmas decorations down than it is to still have them up type thing. Obviously up until Christmas, lights, camera, action. That week between Christmas and New Year's, I would say it's some people are December 26th, get it down. Those people I don't relate to, but do you? It's your house, you have to look at it, do you? But until at least January 1st, it is very common to still have your tree up. Some people are January 2nd, we're getting it out of here. And then there's people that think, a week into January, people have their own theories or whatever. And now we're starting to get into almost the second week of January, and as I'm being nosy looking into people's houses as I'm sitting in traffic, I'm noticing less and less Christmas trees, and it's making me sad. So it almost makes me want to just zoom to February, where or even honestly April, where we can then start counting down to next Christmas, as opposed to counting up how many weeks since Christmas. Do you know what I mean? I'm like that with things. If I'm sad that something's over, I want it to end, which sounds like it makes no sense, but if I'm on a trip somewhere, which I don't normally go, once we get to the day before, there's nothing worse than the last day knowing you have to go back. It's Sunday. There's nothing worse than knowing I gotta go back to work, or I gotta go back to school. I don't really feel it with work as so much as I felt it with school. But it was almost like I just wanted Sunday to be over, and I just wanted it to be Monday morning so we could get over the gross feeling of, oh my gosh, it's, I have to go to school tomorrow. So I don't know what that says psychologically. I would love to, instead of going to therapy, I would love to just send a therapist or like some sort of professional, like maybe like the 10 episodes of this podcast, and just be like, what do you think? Like, not in terms of like their own entertainment, but like, what are you picking up on? Any tips? That should be a service. I'm sure AI is working on it. I'm so scared of AI, you all. I don't know what to do. I think the robots are truly, truly taking over in a real way. And it's spooky. Talk about true crime. Yikes. Okay, not to leave it on a scary note, but I do have to go. I know, it's sad. But I hope everybody has just the best week. You deserve it. Don't forget it. I'm going to go drink my decaf coffee in the not holiday themed cup. Although I have bought a couple Christmas mugs since Christmas. And I do plan on using those just kind of throughout the year. So, and also I do watch The Grinch like year round. So and I keep my Christmas, I have a little Christmas tree up in my room that I pretty much use as a lamp. And that stayed up till about the summertime last year. So, like, Christmas will never technically end for me. But for those of you who do let it end, I wish you well in that journey. If you are someone that is on my route home where I'm sitting in traffic, if you want to keep your Christmas tree up or your Christmas lights, I would appreciate it. It is kind of nice to look at. But no pressure. Again, it's your home. Do you. And yeah, if you like what you heard, you can go to podcast. Nobody asked for this.podbean.com, I think is the website. And on that website, you can just straight up listen to the show there. You can find our podcast, our Apple Podcast, or Spotify. I don't know who ours is, but the royal we. And yeah, thank you for listening. And I will talk to you next week. Goodbye.